Well, hello, my friend. Welcome back to another episode of the From Chaos to Peace podcast, where I talk about how clutter is so much more than you think, and we put a spiritual twist on clearing that clutter to get organized. Thank you so much for allowing me back into your ears. Well, hello, my friend. I'm your host, Conny Graf. Welcome to the podcast, and thank you so much for being here. So today I want to talk about how I created a round-robin routine of cleaning and clearing clutter and organizing things that gives me a bit of structure, but still is flexible enough that it works for me. I'm a rebel who doesn't like rules and structure too much. If you're the same, I see you, my friend. I'll be honest, when someone tells me I have to do something on Tuesday at 2, I have to clean at Saturday at 8. What do I want to do? Exactly the opposite. So I figured out a way to stay organized that feels more like an easy-peasy rhythm than a rigid rule. Because, we all have to clean our house. We want to be living in a clutter-free and organized house. At least I do, and you might want to do that too since you're listening to this podcast. But if we're rebels, we don't like rules. Okay, so here is what I do, and I start giving you the example with cleaning because that's how it all started originally. But then it became this whole structure that actually works in my life, and especially works with my mantra of a few minutes a day keeps the chaos away. So again, we all have to keep our house clean, but I really don't love to clean. Do you? I admire you. Well, I don't. I like to do the dishes. That's that. But everything else is not so much on my I like to do it list. So I came up with this round robin system where I only clean for a few minutes at a time. And as a result, my house is always, let's say, fairly clean enough, right? Like I have dogs and cats and I have animals outside. So we're not eating off the floor other than the dog. But it's clean enough, right? And it's clutter-free and it's organized. So I came up with this order from the perspective of waking up in the morning and what do I see first? And then what do I see next and what do I see next? So here is what I mean. I wake up in the bedroom. Then I go to the bathroom. Next room I see is the kitchen where I get my coffee. Then the entryway when I leave the house, or if I don't leave the house, I see my home office next. And lastly, in the evening, I rest in my living room. So here is, when it comes to cleaning, that's how my round robin system works. Monday is bedroom day. I change the sheets and I do some dusting and vacuuming. Tuesday is bathroom day. I clean the toilet and the sink. I exchange the towels, etc., etc. Wednesday is kitchen day. While I do my dishes every single day, I do take a few extra minutes on Wednesdays usually to keep the sink a bit cleaner, or I clean out the fridge. I wash or scrub the stove, whatever is needed, right? Thursday is entryway day. It usually needs vacuuming, dusting. I have dogs, so there's lots of dust bunnies. Friday is office day. I clean the desk, vacuum the floor, clean the keyboard and the monitor, right? Saturday is living room day. I vacuum there, dust there, whatever it needs to be done. And Sunday, usually don't do anything. Now, here is where it gets really powerful. So I piggybacked some quick decluttering and organizing tasks into this routine that I'm doing already. So just a few extra minutes, maybe, while I'm already in that room, already in the mindset, right? So Monday is bedroom day, remember? So while changing the sheets and dusting and maybe vacuuming, I may also go real quick through my closet and take some of the clothes that don't fit or that I don't like anymore into the donation bag. Actually, I always have a donation bag going, right? Like I have it at the bottom of my closet, there is a donation bag. And when I get dressed in the morning and I come across something, which is very rare, but sometimes we change and come across something that I don't like anymore or doesn't fit anymore, I can put it in that bag, and then eventually I will take that bag out. But so another thing you could do on bedroom day is just clean up your nightstand. Put the things where they belong. For some reason, it seems to be a little hot spot there, at least in my bedroom, right? So on Tuesday, when it's bathroom day, while you're cleaning the bathroom, you could also quickly check the medicine cabinet for expired items, or you could go through your makeup drawer and pull out some stuff that you know for sure that is either expired or you're not using anymore, right? Only a few minutes extra. Wednesday, on kitchen day, I clean, of course, my countertops and my stove and my sink every day, right? But we can also quickly maybe go through the spice cabinet and see what is empty and refill it. We can reorganize a drawer. We can just a few little things, right? Like I'm just giving you examples here. You can come up with your own little extra few minutes that you could spend in the kitchen to make it more clutter-free, make it more organized. Thursday is entryway day. So while I vacuum, I could also clear out the hook rack, right? Where we just hang all the jackets there instead of putting them away. I could do that. I could organize the shoe area. I could maybe clean a pair of shoes that are gotten dirty. That actually happened to me. I don't know what I was thinking. I bought a pair of white shoes. I always knew that I can't have anything white, but for some reason I thought I needed a pair of white shoes. And sure enough, the first time I was wearing them, the dog stepped on my foot, and now I have a dog paw on my white shoe. So next Thursday, that will be something that I will tackle. See? So really just easy little things. Friday is office day, and so I have anyways a routine of a 5-minute in the evening routine in the office to straighten the desk out a little bit. So on Fridays, I really try to just clean a little bit. Maybe I file some stuff that I have piled up. I try not to, but sometimes it happens, right? Life happens. So just little things in the office too that makes a big difference afterwards. It looks better, it feels better, it's more organized. Saturday on living room day, while you dust, you could gather the books and the magazines that are laying around. Maybe they need to go into recycling or into the donation donation bin. Also, you could maybe organize your china cabinet or at least a corner of it. Whatever, right? Like, you get the idea, I hope. So the beauty is really, if Wednesday rolls around, for example, and you're swamped, you have a busy day, you just do your regular dishes in the kitchen. And there will be always the next Wednesday, so no guilt if you can't do anything extra. But next Wednesday rolls around and you probably have a few extra minutes, and then you do something from that extra list. And you know, when I moved out on my own, there was this unspoken rule in my circles that Saturday was the cleaning day. I remember this lady, I forgot now her name, Monica, I think it was, but I don't think so. And she and her boyfriend at the time, they would deep clean every Saturday their apartment. And so it was kind of expected that I do that too. We would work all week, and then Saturday morning, we're supposed to attack our house like a maniac, scrubbing everything, doing all the laundry, running every errand, grocery shopping. And on these days back then, I would still go out Saturday night and I would still do all the fun things, but now, being older, I would be completely exhausted if I did this this way, and I would need Sunday to recover on top of it. So while I really never liked this approach, already not when I was younger, and this is how I came up with my round robin system to begin with, right? Way before I had this podcast, way before I helped people declutter and get organized. Because I remember thinking, why am I turning my weekend into another workday? There had to be really another way to do this. And that's when I started experimenting with doing little bits throughout the week. And you know what? Ever since, my Saturdays are actually relaxing. I do my Saturday chores that only take me a few minutes, right? And then I can read a book. I take a walk with the dog, or I do gardening. I enjoy my weekend the way I want. It's not this big, heavy cleaning and errand day. And this is the beauty of this round robin I can't speak anymore, of this round robin approach, right? It spreads the work out so no single day feels overwhelming, and it gives you back your weekends. But also, this structure helps knowing what to do and what to focus on when you do have a few minutes one day. You might have 10 or 15 minutes before you leave the house, and so you want to maybe be productive, but you stand there thinking, what should I tackle? But with this round robin system, there is no decision fatigue. There is no second guessing. It's Tuesday. You know exactly where to go, to the bathroom. And you might just wipe down the mirror, or you have more time and you tackle the medicine cabinet or something. The choice is yours. But the decision is so clear where to go and also what to do, right? And thirdly, you can create this bare minimum regiment and feel good about yourself, even if you're just doing that and nothing else. This is really what I love about it most. Even on our worst days, when we're overwhelmed and exhausted, we can still win. Maybe Wednesday arrives and you're swamped with work. You're just doing your regular dishes and then your task is done for the day. Whatever your task in your kitchen is. For me, it's doing the dishes. I talked about this before. There's nothing worse for me to wake up in the morning, come into the kitchen, and have to look at yesterday's dishes. So I take every night, or every day, but most of the time it's night before I close shop and go to bed. I do my dishes. I actually don't mind doing that because I know exactly how it makes me feel when I get into a clean kitchen the next morning. So even with just doing the bare minimum, we still honor the system. We still show up for ourselves, and that counts. There is no guilt and no feeling like we failed, because something is always better than nothing. And consistency beats perfection, and we don't want to be perfect anyways, as you know. So consistency beats trying to be perfect every single time. As I say, a few minutes a day keeps the chaos away. So if you like more in this theme, if you want to hear more on this topic, you can listen to episode 249, where you hear my other simple framework on how I design and set up my office for success, also in a few minutes a day. Or you can listen to episode 252, where I share why a few minutes a day are really magic. And if you would like help with getting organized and living a more peaceful life in your mind and your physical, digital, and financial areas of your life and business, I'd love to support you. You can book a 30-minute call and bring your chaos to me, and then I help you identify one clear, doable action step to move you from that chaos into more peace, starting right now, right there. Whether that's clearing your path to peace of mind, which is mental and emotional clutter, peace of space, all your physical and digital clutter, or peace and profit, the financial clutter. And then we can also speak about and talk about whether working together would be a fit. Okay, my friend, that's it for today. I hope you try out my round robin system. You can just allocate rooms to the days of the week and come up with one small task for each room and go from there. I'd love to hear how that works for you. Feel free to reach out with any questions or feedback that you have. Have a beautiful and amazing week. Talk to you next time. Take good care and keep striving for more peace in your life. Bye for now.